Hello, this is Elias Amare, and welcome to another edition of Horn of Africa TV. Welcome again, friends. Today, I would like to make a special appeal for your support. We are having here at the Horn of Africa TV a fundraising drive for the past 2 months. Previously, you may have watched appeal made by the founder and the chair of the board, Mr. Abdul Qadir Hamdan, in Tigrinya and in Arabic. Also, another appeal made by our president, Professor Muhammad Hassan, in both English and Amharic. So today, I'm making this appeal to all the friends and supporters of Horn of Africa to directly appeal to you for your support. But first, why the Horn of Africa TV? What is our mission? And why do we need your help? I would like to take a moment to explain that. Well, the Horn of Africa TV was founded actually in 1989 as a Horn of Africa news agency. So it's not a new Johnny-come-lately media outlet. It is small for sure, but independent, and it has, since its inception 31 years ago, aimed at becoming an independent voice, reflecting the concerns of the peoples of the Horn of Africa. But over the past couple of years, we have expanded it into Horn of Africa TV, and the vision of our founder and his colleagues, as it has been in 1989, still remains the same. We aim to be an independent media outlet for the peoples of the Horn of Africa. We have what we call the new Horn of Africa vision. What is this vision? Well, as many of you know, the Horn of Africa region is a part of the African continent. In the eastern part. It's called the Horn of Africa because it is shaped like a horn. The part where Somalia is looks like a horn, actually, and that's the name, Horn of Africa. But it has been bedeviled by conflicts since the advent of colonialism in our part of the world in late 19th century. This had been an arena of fierce context. The natives, the African peoples of this region resisted colonialism fiercely. I would say more so than any other part of the African continent. With the advent of the end of colonialism after the Second World War, the 1950s, the 1960s, a new era of neocolonialism came into the scene, an indirect rule of sorts. And this was an era of Cold War also between the two giants, the superpowers, so-called, the United States of America and the USSR, the Soviet Union. And the Horn of Africa had been a battleground, a fierce area of context between these two superpowers. And as always, when two elephants fight, as we say in Africa, the grass suffers the most. And it is the people of the Horn of Africa that suffered the most. Now, after 60-some years, the end of the Cold War, the unipolar world, we are now entering a new phase in the Horn of Africa, a phase of the end of conflicts, of the vicious cycle of conflicts, a new era of hope, peace, and economic cooperation among all the nation states of the region. And thus, we here at the Horn of Africa TV want to be the proponents and advocate for this vision of peace. The peoples have suffered enough. We want to be the voice of peace, the voice that the people need. We want an end to the vicious, endless, and senseless ethnic conflicts. We want an end of marginalization. We want the peoples of the Horn of Africa to be engaged in economic development and to exchange goods and services, as well as free flow of culture and human exchange, whereby eventually the boundaries will be meaningless in the sense of not the end of the sovereignty of national states, but rather one in which there will be greater cooperation and greater freedom of movement and freedom of trade and commerce. This is the new Horn of Africa that we envision. And there is great hope now, actually, that this era is being ushered. And the people have a great thirst to hear their voice. And we want and aim to be the voice of the people. And that's why we say we are an independent, organic media that represents the peoples of the Horn of Africa, that resists foreign imperialistic interventions that perpetuate the era of conflicts. We don't want to go back to the era of conflicts. And we want our channel to be a voice that provides political analysis of this new vision, intellectual discussion among members of the Horn of Africa, be it Ethiopia, Eritrea, Sudan, South Sudan, Somalia, and Djibouti, and maybe Kenya too. And so we operate on a tight shoestring budget. We are entirely self-reliant. We do not depend on donations from large foundations or NGOs or governments. We are a people's voice, essentially. Most of us, including myself, work more or less full-time, but without any payments. This is a passion of love. This is the result of a long struggle to usher in this new era. And thus we have the commitment for the long run. We know that this is a long struggle. We know also that this is an era, as the great investigative John Pilger called it, the triumph of propaganda and the era of war by media. Propaganda in the global scene has never been like it is now. It is a frightening time, a frightening period where independent voices are being stifled, where the voices, the media of the large corporations dominates, and the concerns of peoples are given the short shrift. And so here in the Horn of Africa, we want to counter this propaganda by bringing forth the voice of truth from within the Horn of Africa, and not by so-called experts and media analysts of the West, but from the peoples of the Horn of Africa. What are their concerns? How do they view the previous eras of conflicts, the crisis, the challenge, the tremendous challenge of underdevelopment, poverty, and what have you, diseases, and so on and so forth? How do they see the prospects and potentials of cooperation among this, between these peoples and among the peoples and the countries of the region? So that, in short, is the why. Now let's come to the how. We need your support. We, as I said, are operating on the basis of independence, of self-determination and self-reliance. We need you, the people, to be the only ones to whom we are answerable, to whom we cater to. And thus, we need your support. Without your support, we cannot expand our operations. Our programs so far have been promising. Thank you for your continued support. But in order to expand this support, we need to purchase softwares and computers. We need also video editors that work on a full-time basis. Eventually, our aim is also to go on satellite and be a television that can be viewed by all the peoples of the Horn of Africa in all the countries, in Somalia, Mogadishu, in Ethiopia, Addis Ababa, and all the cities, in Eritrea, Asmara, in Sudan, Khartoum, in South Sudan, Juba, and in Djibouti. We want our people to watch us and to learn and to give us their feedbacks and to guide our programming and to support us with ideas and so on and so forth. And thus, your financial support is crucial. So how can you support us? Well, below in the description section of this YouTube channel, there is a link that says support us here. And that link is Horn of Africa-TV.com/support. You press that link. I'll show you though in the screen how to get to the description section. You see the title of this YouTube channel. It's circled in red. To the right of it, there is a small arrow. If you press that arrow, the description section will expand. Here in the description section, we put all the relevant links of the program. At the top is the support us here link. You push that link that will take you then to our web page where it says we need your support, and at the bottom there are icons of PayPal, credit cards, and then the donate button in yellow. So you then push that donate button. That will take you to another page in which you'll see figure in euro. You enter the amount in euro because the bank is in Berlin, our bank. But if you are outside the Eurozone, say in United States or Canada, you make the conversion, but you will have to enter it in euro. In your credit card or PayPal, it will reflect as dollar payment, for example, if you are in America. There is also an option of monthly payment if you want to be a full-time supporter and become a monthly donor. You can tick that box that says monthly. But if you just want to make a lump sum payment of support, that is also okay. Then you hit that donate button, either PayPal or debit or credit card, whichever you prefer. So if you say hit the credit card button, it will take you to another page where you have to enter the relevant information, your name, your credit card number, expiration date, and so on and so forth. Once you enter this, you will be asked to hit the donation button. You will hit that donate button. Again, it will take you to another page just to confirm that the information you entered in the last 4 digits of your credit card are there. It will make the conversion for you, for instance, from euro to US dollars if you are making the donation in the United States or Canada or Australia. Once you see and check you approve that this information is correct, then you finally hit that donate button. Voila, you have made your donation. So it is a bit, it's not straightforward and simple, but 3-4 steps and you are done. And so for those of you in Germany, there is our account number and all the relevant information, the IBAN, the International Banking Transfer Number, the account number, the name of our bank. And so you can also make your donation that way by direct bank transfer, which I will be showing. It will be shown on the screen, the information of our bank information. That's it. Basically, you've become a supporter, a donor, and by doing this, you have shown us your solidarity and support in real terms. We count on it, so please, we need your help. As I said, we are not going to large foundations and institutions that claim to be supporting media in the third world, but they have always strings attached. And we don't want to be subservient or answerable to these large foundations and corporations. We want to be only answerable to you, the people. So we count on your solidarity and we count on your support. Please continue to support us. And my part as vice president, my wife and I have made the donations. It's not much, but $300. We followed the example of our founder, Mr. Abdel Qadir Hamdan, and his wife, Frau Ursula, who have made the generous donation also of €300 to kickstart this fundraising drive. So from time to time, we are going to remind you of our appeal, because we count on your support. Wherever you are globally, we need your support, because the Horn of Africa needs an independent media that promotes peace and cooperation among the peoples, and that is what our aim is. Before I conclude this short appeal, let me thank those who have made their generous donations in the past 2 months. I will just read in the order of the dates that they made their donations. I will not mention the amount. Small or large, all are appreciated. People contribute whatever they can, within their means. So I would like to mention their names and thank them personally on behalf of myself and the board of the Horn of Africa TV. Thank you, Mr. Barakat Tesfai, Mr. Mikael Samere, Mr. Jonathan Andom, Ms. Magda Kokobe Araya. Of course, I've mentioned Ustaz Abdel Qadir Hamdan and Frau Ursula. Thank you very much for your generous donations. Mr. Christopher Schindholzer, it's a German name, I think, but thank you. Thank you also, Cecile Harney from Belgium and France de Majid. These are our friends of Eritrea who've been with us through thick and thin in the struggle and always come through for us. So we thank them. And we thank our Belgian friends of Eritrea for their support. Thank you, Mr. Demont Langmans, again from Belgium. Thank you to Mr. Isaac Johannes, Mr. Amare Asfau, Mr. Mehrdab Gebreselassie, Mr. Yamane Gede. I believe Yamane Gede is from the United States. Mr. Nahom Gebreselassie, Mr. David Solomon, Mr. Solomon Medhin, Mr. Mohammed Badawi, again, is part of the Horn of Africa TV team in Australia, Melbourne. Thank you so much, Mr. Mohammed Badawi. Mr. A. Michael, Mr. Tahaye Yamane, Mr. Bajan G. I think that is from Europe. And Mr. J. Kut, K-U-U-T, that is from Holland. Thank you so much. Again, this is part of the group Friends of Eritrea in Belgium and Holland. Again, some amount has come through France de Majid, but it says also Peter Emile Osartlan. Thank you to Venus Teklai and to Gennett Alva Mikael, to someone who just says Soli, to Theodros Mahari, who I know has become a monthly supporter. Thank you. Mr. Samuel Gebrab, Mr. Daniel Tamno, Ms. Ababa Abraha, Dr. Barkhat Fedai. We said this is a good friend of mine from Minneapolis. Thank you. And your spouse, Lula Mesfin, also. Thank you, Berhane Samere, is Horn of Africa host, presenter from London. Thank you again, Berhane Samere, and your family. Thank you, Ruth Kahsai from the Carolinas in the United States. Thank you, Mr. Devasai Aforki, Berhane Takhlu, Melainesh Abraham, Isaias Weldegaber, Proweni Tegvaru, Solomon Rusom, Theodros Bene, and Lula Giuseppe. And the donations are flowing, they're coming. So from time to time, we will personally thank the people who've made the donations. Again, We count on your support. We are sure that you will be here for us. We also value your contributions in terms of ideas and critical feedback, and volunteering to be guests on some of our shows. And these are also other means of you showing us. We want to provide programs that are of value to you, our dear viewers. And so please do subscribe to our YouTube channel and share widely our programs over the social media. Give us your comments in the comment section. Your critical feedback is always valued, and we look forward to that. We read them all. Again, for myself and for the entire team of the Horn of Africa TV, I thank you very much. Until we meet next time in another program, I'm Elias Amare. Salam.